So in today's video we will be learning about the various people, firms, company who require registration and who do not require registration under GST. Let's first talk about persons liable for registration. 1. Every supplier shall be liable to be registered in the state or union territory from where he makes a taxable supply of goods or services or both, if his aggregate turnover in a financial year exceeds 20 lakh rupees. Where such person makes taxable supplies of goods or services or both from any of the special category states, he shall be liable to be registered if his aggregate turnover in a financial year exceeds 10 lakh rupees. The special category states are Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Mr. JV is running a restaurant in the state of Karnataka and he makes a sales of rupees 12 lakhs in a year. He will not be liable for registration. However, if he makes a turnover of rupees 25 lakhs in a year, he will be liable for registration. This means up to a turnover of rupees 20 lakhs a person is not liable for registration and hence he does not have to charge GST on his sales. In the same example, if Mr. JV was running a restaurant in the state of Assam, he would be liable to registration if his turnover crosses rupees 10 lakhs. 2. The next person liable are the ones who held a license under an existing law, before GST was introduced, that is as on 1st of July 2017. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Let us suppose Mr. JV was already holding a service tax registration. Now with the coming of GST he has to take a new registration under the new law, so every person who held registrations under central excise, VAT, service tax etc., now has to get themselves registered under GST law as the old registrations are no more valid. Let us now talk about persons not liable for registration. 1. Any person engaged exclusively in the business of supplying goods or services or both that are not liable to tax or wholly exempt from tax under GST. For an example, if Mr. Nesh is engaged in supply only exempted goods, and crosses a turnover of rupees 20 lakhs, he will not be liable for registration under GST since he is engaged exclusively in the sale of exempted goods. 2. An agriculturist, to the extent of supply of produce out of cultivation of land. So for an example, if Arjun is an agriculturist, he will not be liable for registration even if his turnover crosses 20 lakhs. Let us now talk about persons who require compulsory registration, that is, this people require compulsory registration even if they do a sales of rupee 1. It means they require compulsory registration under GST. 1. Persons making any interstate taxable supply of goods. 2. An aggregator like Ola, Uber, etc. 3. Every electronic commerce operator like Flipkart, Amazon, etc. The remaining persons who require compulsory registration will be discussed in our GST Advanced module.